How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my testing world. My name is Sky, and today I woke up with a bit of a fun idea. Because a couple months ago, I made this fun little house, which has a bunch of different gizmos and gadgets that all are made using command blocks. So I thought I should recreate the magic of this house, but instead using a winter castle. Because, you know, it's November now, so that means that everything needs to be Christmas themed 24/7. And I think that this place is a good place to build it, but you know, this is a savanna. It's a little bit too warm for me, so let me fix that. This is the perfect temperature, I'd say. You know, my character being an Arctic fox, this really does suit me, doesn't it? So now that we have the perfect place to build, let's do just that, shall we? And ta-da! We have ourselves a wonderful little castle, and you know, after I built this, I sort of stepped back and realized that it has an interesting shape. Like, I'm not gonna say anything because I'm a very mature person, but you know, it kind of looks like a dick. Let's get started on making this grand entrance, shall we? And you can see I have this interesting little sand door, and I'm thinking we should just drop this entire thing out of the way to let ourselves into the base. And I'll be honest, I think the funniest way to open this massive door would literally just be a little doorbell right there. And I actually have an idea for how we're going to do that. So if we have this command block right here, it will just kill any falling sand. So if we just take this command block over here and line it up like this, and of course make a backup of our door so that we don't have to rebuild this whole thing, then it should make it so that we can break, each one of these. And, well, isn't that interesting? It stops after a little bit. That is, very interesting. Well, on the plus side, if we add little red wool eyes here, now it looks like a very sad little man. Okay, well, I made a little adjustment to the command, and it should make it look a little bit less clean, but it does make it work a bit better. So now, we can basically just have a fill command that gets rid of this bottom line automatically, and then everything will drop away, and then we'll have another command that just takes this whole bit and moves it up so that we have our door and it recloses. And I'll be honest, because of that mess up, I can now not unsee this being like a little guy with this being the mouth. So I've run into a little bit of a weird issue. I have the doorbell, you know, everything opens, it looks great, we can walk inside and then just wait, boom, it closes. But you may have noticed there was no doorbell that rung, and that's because I went to set up a couple note blocks. You know, we have our little redstone? We have our little redstone circuit, but if I right-click these, I'm right-clicking. I'm not doing any other action other than right-clicking right now. It's not doing anything. And let's stand on solid ground. Let's go into survival mode, right? Nope, still does not do anything. I don't know what's going on with my world, but this just does not work. I went into a different world and it worked perfectly, but not on this world. It doesn't want to work on this world. So we are just going to have to replace it with boring old commands again. All right, here we go. A nice little noise. It opens on up. We can walk on in and boom. But with that done, we should probably get to work on lighting up the place because I don't know if you noticed, it's a little bit dark in here. And what better way than with a big old chandelier? Alright, so we have our very crappy looking chandelier, but it's still not lighting much up. So I think that it is time to ignore the lighting and instead work on a throne, and you will see why in just a second. Alright, here we go. We have our lovely little throne, and I didn't just make this for the extra source of light. I'm thinking whoever sits on this throne almost becomes the priority owner of the castle, and so wherever they go around the castle, there will be some light that follows them. Almost like when you were in gym class, and when you walked around the gym, like the lights would turn on, and then after about 20 minutes or so, they would turn off again. That's what I'm looking for here. Okay, so I have our lights pattern, and basically what's going to go on here is that these aren't going to exist until you maybe like press a button up here, which gives you like the I am the owner of this place tag. And then if you walk around the castle while you have that tag, then these lights are going to appear nearby. Wait a minute, I just had an even cooler idea. What if you were the owner of the castle, right? As you walked around down here, there was sea lanterns that got placed underneath you, and then every so often they would get reset. I feel like I have to do that now, don't I? Yeah, I've spoken it into existence. All right, time to get rid of all these sea lanterns.
A few inches later.
Okay, here we go. So now we have our floor that turns into sea lanterns, and it should, yep, every so often it gets replaced with the prismarine again. So we have our little drawing method, but what if the way that we add the tag was by, instead of just pressing a button, standing on somebody's head, specifically the head of my arch nemesis, Duvid. Right now, I don't have the power, but if I walk up here and I stand on Duvid's head, and then I walk back down, suddenly the castle belongs to me and I can light the place up. And I'm pretty sure that if anybody else were to enter the castle, then they wouldn't have the power. But I guess that's gonna be left up to mystery because, I have no friends. Alright, next up, I feel like we should probably make a bedroom. But I feel like as an Ice King, we probably need our bed to be a little bit chilled. So what if we have a bed that is encased in ice, and then as you get closer to it, it gradually melts away? And I know that that probably seems quite ambitious, but I think I can pull it off. But I guess we'll just have to see, won't we? Here we are. We walk on up, and it gradually melts away until we can access our lovely bed. And it is permanently day in my world, but, you know, we can still pretend like we can sleep here. Ooh, you know what? I just had a really nice idea. What if we put carpets over the floor, because that won't be affected by the sea lanterns, but it will still allow the light through, and it'll just make this place look a little nicer. Alright, I figured that it would be best to add a little door to our bedroom, just so that it's a bit more, I don't know, secure. Also, isn't that interesting? It doesn't go back to normal. There we go. Now it works a bit better. And I think I have just one more thing to add. A nice little dining room. And I'm not gonna be super high tech here. I think that what we need is just a nice little fancy dining room. All right, here we go. Our final addition to the castle, this beautiful little dining room. Let's sit down. Oh. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.